All right. Welcome, everyone. Greetings, everyone. On behalf of the leadership of Global Peace Let's Talk, I greatly appreciate everyone for being on this call. Thank you so much for making it up today's event. Once again, I welcome you. Before I start introducing all our guest speakers for today, I have a short introductory speech to give. All right. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome each and every one of you to today's event, which is event of International Women's Day. My name is Joseph Akinola, the PR executive of Global Peace Let's Talk. I welcome each and every one of you being a part of this event. Esteemed guests and champions of equality, welcome to International Women's Day Celebration 2024. Today, we gather to honor the extraordinary contributions of women across the globe, from being a trailblazers who have shattered glass ceilings, to grassroots activists advocating for change across the globe. As we reflect on the progress made so far, let us all acknowledge the work yet to be done in ensuring gender equality in all aspects of society. Together, let us recommit to fostering a world where every woman and girl can thrive and also be empowered by opportunity and respect. Once again, I welcome each and every one of you to today's event. Thank you, and thank you so much. Speaking on behalf of Global Peace Let's Talk. All right, now let's start introducing our guests one after the other. Our first speaker for today. Shall be in person of Dr. Shaista Misha. I'm sorry, I hope I have not murdered that name, please.
Hi, a very good evening to everybody who is present here. I am Shaista Masih and I'm living in Saudi Arabia, but I'm an Indian. I'm living here since last 12 years. My research is in the history of Black women and the works of them. So today I'm going to talk about notable Black women in the history of, who made a difference in Black history. So first of all, a very happy International Women's Day, who is everybody present here. I'm glad to be a part of this talk inspired series. And I feel that when we talk about women inspiration, Black women should come first. We should start the conversation with Black women. Please allow me to share my screen so that I can start my presentation.
Please go ahead.
Oprah Winfrey said that I'm here, I am because of the bridges I crossed. Sojourner Truth was a bridge, Harriet Tubman was a bridge, Ida B. Wells was a bridge, Madam C.J. Walker was a bridge, Fannie Lou Hamer was a bridge. Black women should be taught with their history, with the history of slavery mainly, because that is an indispensable part of their psyche, of their life, and they are because of the history, because they created the history, and uh, Black women were a major part of the changes that was brought from the times of slavery to the time of civil rights and the changes that were brought by civil rights movement. So I will start with the slavery. Slavery in America started in the second decade of 17th century, but it was well established in the first half. From 1641, states of America started legalizing slavery, and by the beginning of 18th century, it was established as an institution. The business of tobacco, sugarcane, and rice was booming in America, and so was the business of slavery. Slaves from America, they were brought from Africa, and they were not treated as humans but as animals, because the slave traders, they thought they had no family and no social affiliations. Black men and black women both were maltreated in slavery, but the burden of it was greater on women than rather than their male counterparts, because they were many times more subjugated than men. Because in the plantation field, they were exploited, they were abused by the male overseers, by the masters. In the mistress's house, where they were working as domestic labor, they were abused by their mistresses. And in the house, when they were working as in their own feminine role, the black men were not ready to shoulder the responsibility. The slavery ended. Slavery was abolished through Amendment 13 proposed by Congress on January 31st, 1865, and it was ratified on December 6, 1865. But did it change the condition of Black women? After it was tried to be it was tried to put an end. Reconstruction period came, but Reconstruction failed miserably. It wanted to reconstruct the socio-economic life of Blacks in America, but it failed because 1870s witnessed the opposition of Black and white equality. The racism, the discrimination had gone so deep in the psyche of white people that they were not ready to give equal status to whites. And in post-Reconstruction time, saw segregation, discrimination, and riots. Segregation was allowed even in the public places and even in public transport and drinking water places. In 1883, Supreme Court ruled 1875 Civil Rights Act as unconstitutional. This opened the floodgate of murder, stealing, raping, and lynching. Now we come to notable notable Black women. Sorry, I skipped civil rights movement. The civil rights movement that started in 1955 achieved its target to secure a safe and respectable position of Black in American society to an extent. Civil Rights Acts of 1964 ended Jim Crow law. It was mainly a segregation and disenfranchisement law. On November 13, 1956, the U.S. Supreme Court upheld the federal court's ruling declaring segregation on buses unconstitutional. So civil rights movement gave Black people a birth of hope that one day maybe the Black people will have an equal, respectable place in American society. If we talk about, there's a whole galaxy of notable Black women who made a difference in history. I have picked up a few, picked up whose names are written in history with golden letters. Although all of them toiled hard and all of them worked hard to achieve to achieve a free state for themselves, for their community as well. So from 1619 to second half of the 20th century was a journey for Black people that was backbreaking. So men and women equally toiled in the efforts to get equal rights. But in this journey, there was a lot of Black women without whom it was not possible to attain a status that Black people have today. I will start with Harriet Tubman. The secret transportation of slaves that was known as Underground Railroad. It provided thousands of slaves a boon of freedom. Harriet Tubman was a fugitive slave who learned about it and got associated. In 1850, she helped her first slave to escape. In September 1850, Tubman was made the official conductor of the Underground Railroad. She knew all the routes and strategies to flee the South to freedom. Kate Larson reports that Harriet Tubman helped escaping 70 slaves through UGRR. Rosa Parks. The civil rights movement was triggered off by a small incident that took place on 1st December 1955. Rosa Parks was a seamstress and an AACP member, and AACP is National Association of the Advancement of Colored People. Was a white man came and he asked Rosa Parks and three other black people who were sitting there to vacate the front rows and go to the back. So the three black people who were sitting there, they complied and they went back. But Rosa Parks, she refused. So, and she was arrested. In response to her arrest, a huge bus boycott was launched in which all black people, they refused to use bus service of the town. The boycott became so much success that on November 13, 1956, Supreme Court upheld the federal court's ruling declaring that the segregation of bus as unconstitutional. So the bus was desegregated on 21st December 1956. Ida Wells was born Ida Wells was born into slavery during the Civil War. She was an educated black woman who published many researches by her investigation on the condition of black people in contemporary society. For example, she published her report on an 1892 lynching of a black man. The report caused rage in white society. She was founder of the National Association of the Colored Women's Club, which was created to address issues dealing with civil rights and women's suffrage. She was also one of the founders of NAACP. She will travel from one place to another, and she was shedding light on the lynching of black people to the foreign audience. She wanted the world to know that what black were going through, what they were struggling to get an equal place in American society. Sojourner Truth was a black woman and one of the first feminists to draw attention to the plight of black women. In 1850, in the Women's Right Convention, she opened her breast to prove that she was a woman. It was inconceivable for a white woman to show her body to a huge audience. But since she wanted to show that, yes, she had an equal feelings, emotion, body of a woman, she said that, look at me, look at my arm. I have plowed and planted and gathered into barns, and no man could head me, and ain't I a woman? I could work as much as any man when I could get it, and bear the lash as well. And ain't I a woman? I have borne 5 children. I have seen them all sold off to slavery. And when I cried out with a mother's grief, none but Jesus could hear her. And she said, ain't I a woman? That was in the Women's Rights Convention of 1850. So we see that in this way, she asked how a white, educated, middle class woman's experience could never be similar to experience of a woman who had suffered tortures, experienced mental traumas, rape, beatings, and who had plowed, planted, and born children like a breeding hog. She actually shed light on the condition of women during slavery and even after slavery. Fannie Lou Hamer was the most important civil rights and voting rights activist in America. She had seen blacks struggle herself because at the age of 6, she was picking cotton in the plantation field. She even had to leave her studies to work in the plantation. In 1961, a white doctor in a surgery to remove her uterine tumor did her hysterectomy. She removed her uterus. It was an undergoing operation to curb black population. So see how in what way, in a whole organized way, white people were kind of, not all, I'm not
Just
trying to
5
give a
minutes
blanket
more.
statement, to curb the black population. So that episode became a turning point in Hamer's life. In 1962, she became a member of organizer of Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. So in 1963, she was badly beaten after a voter registration program because she was sitting in a white-only bus restaurant and her kidney, her eyes, and legs were damaged. But she realized that economic freedom could bring the real freedom of black people. In 1964, she co-founded Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party that challenged local Democratic Party's effort to block black participation. And in 1969, she launched Freedom Farm Cooperative, buying up land that Black could own and farm collectively. So with the assistance of donors, she purchased 640 acres of land and launched a coupe store, boutique, and swing enterprises. So in this way, we see that how, despite their torturesome history, they were uh, how Black women were trying hard to achieve a good status in society.
Hello, dear. You have 3 minutes.
What we learn from Black women is that whatever society throws at you, whatever fortune throws at you, you have to deal with it. And if we want, especially the women belonging to the developing countries and underdeveloped countries, they can achieve and create a history in their own way. Thank you so much, GPLT, for giving me this opportunity to present my lecture here. I will end my talk like that.
Wow, that was a wonderful one. I think I have something to take home from that. Whatever life or the society throws at you, you have the opportunity to make the best out of it. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Over to the next speaker. The next speaker on my list here is Mansi Sharma. Mansi Sharma. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Joseph. And what a commendable start to such a beautiful event. After hearing Madam Shesta, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I feel that what all women have been doing is very, very natural to them, because they have always been defending, they have always been the protectors. So whenever we talk of women, whether in form of nature, they are providers, say Mother Earth or Mother Nature, which we firmly believe is all about, we have always been the givers in any kind of exchange or relationship or any communication which we undertake in during our day-to-day lives. So women have always been the protectors, the providers, contrary to the popular notion that most of the people believe that it is men who protect, it is men who provide, it is men who bring safety, who bring security, and also kind of sense of a comfort to the lives of women. No, I would like to, completely take a different viewpoint on this matter, that it is women who have been providing. It is women who have been going out of the way, whether it be in terms of, giving birth, whether it be in terms of taking care of the children, whether it be in terms of nourishing the children with values and not just food. So women have been doing a lot more for the world, but that has gone largely unrecognized. I remember as a child in our classrooms, whenever some kind of acronym was discussed, I used to wonder if women also is an acronym. No, if it means wooed by men or wooed by men. If our worries and woes have come to us through men. No, then I realized no, it is more because whenever you have to show somebody in power, you have to show other people as being the ones who can be dominated. And this is what happened with women for ages. It is still continuing. The mindset is I wouldn't say that it has changed completely. Yes, there is a significant change in this mindset. Particularly if I have to talk about the countries, the developing countries, the region, maybe the South Asian region in particular, and also maybe the Middle East. So yes, the mindset is changing gradually, but still a lot needs to be done. And why this needs to be done is because we as women have not been focusing on our virtues, as in we have not been recognizing our worth as individuals. We rather, believe in the stereotypes which have been built for us. If we have been told something, we stick to those guns and we do not think of moving beyond that. One, because there is always a fear of life. Then also, second, that women can be the respect factor associated with women, because of that they can be made, to they can be put to shame anytime, that you are doing this, how can you do this like a woman, you need to stay this way, you need to stay that way, these are your limits, these are your boundaries. Then we being sensible enough, we give upon those, the kind of limitations which are set for us, so we give in to them. And that is why probably we have not been able to reach where we should have reached by now. So women have a very particular role to play in today's times, more so because the world is increasingly becoming more and more violent. And when I say that women are protectors, women are providers, I also say that they have these intrinsic qualities which differentiate them from men. As in, they are more caring, they're more concerned, they look for the well-being of others more than themselves. And when you start looking for the well-being of others, world becomes a peaceful place to live. In our households as well, if we look at women, we see that they can do without certain things. Say maybe if the food is less, the women might prefer not eating at all, or maybe she will eat less so that the others are accommodated. And this sensibility, I wouldn't say that this is a useless sacrifice. No, it is something that teaches you the social values. These things are very important when we go in our, so when we enter our social lives. Because why? Because society is all about bringing about a balance between what your individual aspirations are and what what your community needs. And this is very important. Women, I maybe it is a gifted thing, or maybe they somehow, our disposition is such that we know how to balance things, and how to ensure that it is not just we who are prospering, but also others along with us prosper, and they reach successful heights. So women in particular, I would like to focus how they can play a very crucial role in education, and also in say peace building. So when I talk about education, if a woman is educated, she can first of all bring about a significant change in the perspective of the family. She can teach her son, her daughter, how to become good individuals, and how to take forward, you know, how to, come out with an open mind, how to change the circumstances, how to look for good in everything. And rather than just being focused upon, educating oneself for the sake of some kind of employment. So if they are educated, they will not just nurture the family, they will not just bring about some kind of an intellectual ability. They will build an intellectual ability for the children, but also they will ensure that if in case they have a girl child, they'll ensure that she is educated, she gets an access to education, she can live life the way she wants to.
Okay.
Then
Ma'am,
secondly,
okay.
when it comes to women and and peace building, as already mentioned, that yes, women have more inclination towards peace. So mediation and non-violent communication are two core areas where women are working a lot these days. When I talk about non-violent communication is a form of communication wherein the communicator is more polite, more her everything she speaks is in form of request rather than demands. Nothing is said or done which can harm somebody, and it is in particular it is taken care of that the words, the gestures, the body language is such that nobody feels offended. This is very important because in the name of liberty of speech, people often they transgress their boundaries and hurt others, not just with their actions but also with the words. If you look at the world around, you will realize how most of the altercations or the fights which arise are about the words, the promises made, or what somebody has said or what somebody has done. If even if somebody abuses the other person, it is taken as a matter of honor. So words, the communication skills are very important, and women somehow have these caring and mindful abilities inside them. So if women are leaders in this field, they can bring about a lot of difference in the world. Second aspect of this is mediation. Mediation is wherein the two parties sit together and they talk about their conflict, they discuss their conflict and come out with a resolution on their own with the help of a third party, which is a mediator. Mediator essentially needs to be somebody who is multi-partial rather than impartial, who is inclined towards the betterment of both the parties in conflict, and also one who ensures that both the parties get to speak. Nobody feels that he or she has not been able to vent out the emotions, and this mothers have been doing since times immemorials in the households. I think even my mother, if I have a dispute with my sibling or if I have any issue with anybody, she'll just make us sit and talk. And this women have been doing since ages. So, therefore, women have a very crucial role to play in mediation and also in nonviolent communication. When I talk about, when I look up to any kind of, revolutionary change which has taken place in this world, in fact, if I have to talk about the very event which Madam Shasta was talking right in the beginning, like say if we talk about the American Civil Revolution, it all began with Rosa Parks, who protested, who resisted the kind of behavior she was given, and it is through a woman that every kind of change came forward, and now America is one of the most liberal places for women to live. So this is how women can bring about a change. It is all about the energy they have, the potential they have, and even if we talk in terms of say biological composition, women are far more more in strength. They have far more strength than men, because they can, if one can give birth to a child and still sustain with life, anything and everything can be done by women. So I think women should recognize the abilities which they have, and they should come forward, take lead in peace initiatives, take lead in education initiatives, and bring about a significant change in the world. This Women's Day, I believe that it is not about just the gender gap or about inequality. It is more about women recognizing their own strengths, which they might have not been able to recognize for any reason whatsoever. So, thank you, everyone. Looking forward to listening to some very good perspectives from the other speakers. Thank you, Joseph. Over to you.
Well done, Bansi.
Hello, ma'am.
How
Good to
are
see
you?
you. I'm doing well. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, just ready to see who's next on the list. Okay, I've lost signal with Joseph a little bit.
Okay, our next speaker is Dr. Shaminat. I hope
There we go.
Great. Over to you, ma'am.
A very good evening, everyone, and a very happy International Women's Day to all the women and all the supportive men who are like our comrade, who are supportive to us in all our fields. So there have been lots of talk about issue like the rights of women and about women as a whole. The two presenter did very well. My friend Shaista Masi and the other one Mansi from my country, India. And today I will be talking about the disability. So let me share my presentation first.
Have the right to share your screen now, please.
Yes.
Good.
I hope you are able to see this.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Slideshow. So I'm talking about disability. So uh, and not only about disability but also about contemporary stalwart women with stable disability, women who are heroes, who are unsung heroine, who have though being disabled but are an example to the society. So disability is considered as curse in the society. In the olden days, in countries like India, disability was considered as a punishment for the sin committed in the previous birth. A disabled person was looked down in the society, and she was not being involved in any kind of festivities and function. Moreover, even their family members disrespected and disregarded them. And it was worse in the case if the disabled person was a woman, because women were more subjugated, and women are subjugated, and women have lesser position in the society. Still, this is till now. But it is also true that from time to time, the world has seen fine, iconic example of individual who, despite of being disabled, have proved to be an inspiration for millions and future generation. So I will be talking about some fine example. Then when it comes to disability, there is a very fine example, and that is Muniba Mazari Baloch from Pakistan. I hope Hina Robin ma'am may be well familiar with her. She's an inspiration not only for the women in Pakistan, but also South Asia, including India and the entire world. She is a fine example of strongness, famous as Iron Lady of Pakistan. She is a Pakistani activist, anchor, artist, model, singer, and motivational speaker. She is an incredibly inspiration personality. As being a disabled woman, she rose to become the national ambassador for UN Women in Pakistan after being shortlisted by BBC in the 100 Inspirational Women in Pakistan of 2015. I hope people know about her, because after her marriage, she met an accident, and because of that accident, she became a handicap, and her husband left her. So first of what she did was to free herself from all kind of fear. See, when we have fear, we become weak, and the most the most dreadful fear is about losing someone, our very own people. When we come out from all this fear, we can work in a better way. So she is a fine example. And then there coming to India, we have recently India has got a very good team of para athlete, para Olympian, who are gaining lots of medal, and one of them is Avni Lakhera. Like, Avni Lakhera is the first Indian woman to win a Paralympic gold medal. She won India's first gold medal at the 2020 Summer Paralympic with a score of 249.6 point in the final event. The young shooter set a Paralympic record and titled the world record tied the world record. She began shooting in 2015, inspired by former Olympic champion Abhinav Bindra, and has since won several national and international titles. On 3rd September 2021, she became the first Indian female Paralympian to win two medals in Paralympic history after claiming bronze in women 50-meter air rifle standing event. So women can do very well in the field of sports. Then another fine example from India in the field of sports is Bhavina Hashmukhbai Patel. She is an Indian para athlete and table tennis player from Mehsana, Gujarat. She has won a silver medal in class 4th table tennis at the 2020 Summer Paralympic in Tokyo. Patel has won a number of medals in national and international competition. She reached the world number 2 ranking by winning the silver medal in the individual category at the 2011 PTT Thailand Open. In 2017, she won the bronze medal in the Asian Para Table Tennis Championship held in Beijing, China, and still on she is achieving for her country. And then there is another athlete, Deepa Malik. She who started her career at the age of 30. See, there is some kind of stigma in our South Asia that after 30, a woman is old and she cannot do certain thing and she has to stay at home. But there are women who are coming out of this stigma. So Deepa Malik is one of them, and she is the first Indian woman to win a medal in Paralympic Games by winning a silver medal at 2016 Summer Paralympic in shot put. She also won gold in the F53-54 javelin event at the Para Athlete Grand Prix held in Dubai in 2018. She is currently the world number 1 in the F53 category. She has won accolade for her participation in various adventure sports. She is associated with Himalayan Motorsports Association (HMA) and Federation of Motorsports Club of India (FMSCI). She has undertaken an 8-day means 1700-kilometer drive in sub-zero temperature, which included a climb to 18,000 feet means and 5,500 meter. It was a Raid the Himalaya. This journey covers many difficult paths, including remote Himalayas, Leh, Shimla, and Jammu. And everybody knows that Himalayas are the greatest mountain range, and it is very difficult to climb mountain range. Then Shad Al Shamari. And I'm lucky to have her as my friend. She has published some of her poem in my poetry collection also. She is a Kuwaiti writer, academic scholar, and assistant professor of the English language. She is well known for her researches that focus on human and women rights, disability issues, and recent illness narrative. She published 6 books in total, 3 of which she was the author and the other 3 co-author. Additionally, she participated in over 15 conferences, both as attendees and keynote speaker. Diagnosed with multiple sclerosis at the age of 18, Al-Shamari never learned to give up and continued her education until she earned her doctoral degree in 2014. Her parents played a huge role in encouraging Al-Shamari to earn her place in the society and help disabled person achieve the same. Her mother refused to believe that her daughter deserved special treatment, which resulted in Al-Shamari's growing to become fully independent of herself, even in dealing with any form of pain. And then Maya Angelou, a very well known name in the field of writing. A little known fact about Maya Angelou is that she has selective mutism. Stemming from a childhood trauma, she refused to utter a word for 6 years. Actually, at the age of 7, when she returned to her mother's care, she was raped by her mother's boyfriend. He was later jailed and killed after his release from the jail. Believing that her confession of the trauma had a hand in the man's death, Angelo became mute for 6 years. It was during her silent year that her love of language and listening grew, and later she became one of the most famous writer in the history of English literature. Then there are some other women like Lady Tammy Duckworth in the field of, and now I'm talking about the women who are politicians. Lady Tammy Duckworth is an American politician and retired Army National Guard Lieutenant Colonel serving as the junior United Nations Senator from Illinois since 2017. A member of the Democratic Party, she represented Illinois' 18 congressional district in the United States House of Representatives from 2013 to 2017. A combat veteran of the Iraq War, she served as the U.S. Army helicopter pilot. In 2004, when her Black Hawk helicopter was hit by a rocket-propelled grenade fired by Iraqi insurgents, she lost both legs and some mobility in her right arm. She was the first female double amputee from the war. Despite her injuries, she was awarded a medical waiver to continue serving in the Illinois Army National Guard for another 10 years until she retired as a lieutenant colonel in 2014. Now, Jillian Mercado. She is an American actress and fashion model, represented by a CAA Fashion as a wheelchair user. Due to some muscular dystrophy, she is one of the few professional model who has a visible physical disability in the fashion industry. A prominent figure in the new wave of model, challenging beauty ideals in the fashion industry, Mercado is keen to fight the lack of representation of people with disability in the fashion industry and their
3
enduring
minutes
stigma.
more, please.
Diagnosed with special spastic muscular dystrophy as a child, she believed her interest in fashion originated from her mother, a dressmaker. Then I have just three women to discuss. Do I have time, Joseph? I want to discuss about these three women also. So now, Judith
You
Human.
have 3 minutes more.
Okay. Judith
You have
Human, a
3
founder
minutes.
of the disability right movement, is known worldwide as a leader of the disability right community. She was instrumental in the development in disability right legislation such as the American with Disability Act (ADA), the Individual with Education Act, and the UN Convention on the Rights of Person with Disability. In 1970, she led a 26-day takeover of a San Francisco federal building. The protest led to implementation of federal legislature section precursor of the American with Disability Act. Human is the author with Kristen Dunner of Being Human, an unrepentant member of disability right activist. She is featured in the award-winning Netflix documentary Crip Cram. Now, Stella Jean Young. She was unfortunately, she had died. She was an Australian comedian, journalist, and disability right activist, born with osteogenesis imperfecta and used a wheelchair for most of her life. At the age of 14, she audited the accessibility of the Main Street business of her hometown. As a young, she served as the editor for the Australian Broadcasting Corporation online magazine Ramp Up. Before joining the ABC, she had worked as an educator in public program at Melbourne Museum and hosted 8 sessions of No Limit, a disability cultural program on community television station Channel 31. Then the last, Claudia Angela Jordan. Born on April 12th, 1970, is an American talk show host, actress, model, businesswoman, and reality television and radio personality. She is known for appearing as a model on the US version of Deal or No Deal and The Price is Right, and for competing on season 2 and 6 of Celebrity Apprentice. Jordan appeared on the Bravo reality television series The Real Housewife of Atlanta for its 7th season. She currently hosts two talk show on Fox Soul to Cocktail with Queen and the other one. So all these women are fine examples. These women, though belonging to different field, but the common thing in them is their strongness and willpower. They have faced immense difficulties in their life, but they have come out with flying color. The extraordinary strength which they possess is an example for other women to follow suit. They are epitome of courage and determination who have shown the world that no matter what hard time destiny gives you, but you should not feel discouraged or disappointed, but try to fight with the situation. See, these women have proved that no matter you have disability, but you can excel yourself in the field, in the whether it is fashion industry or any other industry. Not every time your beauty or is required. What is more important is your hardship, your skill and talent. And on this day, I want this is my tribute, my honor to all the she heroes. And not only this, there are lots of unsung heroines around us. They are not getting featured because they don't have so much of power. They are not celebrities. They are not in they have not got support, political support or any kind of support, but there are lots and lots of unsung heroine around us. If we see, we will find lots and
10
lots of
minutes
such
more, doctor.
cases. Thank you. Thank you. I'm Dr. Shimanas, a member of GPLT and founder and president of Progressive Literary and Cultural Society and author, editor, and translator of 44 books. Thank you, everyone.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much, doctor. That was fully loaded. Thank you so much. We greatly appreciate that. The presentation was something else. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All the examples, we can learn a whole lot of things with regards to each of the personalities that are involved. Thank you so much, doctor. It's a well-researched material. Thank you so much. I hope we can have the presentation slides so that we can share. We can share after the webinar to some of us, and it also becomes a document which we can also share around. I believe posterity remains the order of the day for you. Thank you so much. Yes, to our next speaker, Robin. To our next speaker, I believe she's around. Okay, our next speaker is Ina Robin and Cherish. Ina Robin and Cherish. Over to you, please.
Thank you. Hello.
We can
Hello.
hear you. We can hear you.
Thank you, Joseph. Hello, everyone. I wish to all the women around the world and present here, Happy Women's Day to all of you. International Women's Day is an annual event that celebrates all the amazing things women have achieved. Like Dr. Shimnes do wonderful job, she shared this. It's a way to show how women have and continue. It's also used as a day to highlight and raise awareness about women issues that women have faced today and past and still face. Historically, women have been action, the right to vote, to work, and lots of other things too. Because of brilliant women who fight against these things, but there are still many issues that Pakistani women continue to face and fight for today. Women's rights include the rights to live from violence and discriminations, to enjoy the highest attainable standard of physically and mental health, to be educated, to own property, and to earn equal wages. Women recovered nations every one era. In our society, the women break down barriers are those who are ignore limits. Pakistani society, where men are the primary authority figures and women are subordinate. Gender is the organizing principle of Pakistani society. The social value of gender, like local, traditional, religions, and cultures. Women active participations about issues of war and peace. Our society needs active participation of both men and women in peace building. Women and men must work together for lasting peace in the family, in the community, at school, in the workplace, and in the places of worship and other places. Women's rights to be free from sexual violence and to vote, to hold public office, to enter into legal contract, to have fair wages or equal pay, to have reproductive rights to own. Women's rights are human rights. Women are human beings, so they deserve the same basic rights such as the education, a free of life of violence. Human rights are granted to us because we exist as a humans. These are independent of, for example, gender, nationality, skin, color, or religion. In other words, they are universal. They apply to all people. These human rights range from a fundamental rights to life through to the rights to food, health, work, education, and liberty. Remember, women's rights are human rights. Women are human, so women and girls are due to the same fundamental rights. However, worldwide there are many human beings denied the human rights because they are women. Not a single country in that world has yet achieved gender justice. In many places, women are risking their life. Women and girls around the world are still facing marriage as a children, are trafficking in labor and sex slavery. They are refused to education and politically participation and same trapped in the conflict with rape as a weapon of war. Around the world, deaths related to the pregnancy and childbirth are needlessly high, and women are prevented from making deeply personal choice in their private life. Pakistan has succeeded as a ratified a number of conventions on women's rights and gender equality. Women's rights mean privilege and freedom equal to those of men. Women's rights refer to the fundamental rights in the political, economic, civil, social, and culture. Here I mention few women's slogans. My body, my rights. We all can do that. We are women. Stand up for women. It's women. Give rights to women and bring them ahead. Little girl with dream become women with vision. Empowering women, empowering humanity. Don't let men's rights yet left behind. Women, peace and security is a policy framework that recognizes the woman must be critical actor in all efforts to achieve sustainable international peace and security. Women are also the central caretaker of families, and everyone is affected when they are excluded from peace building. Women are also advocate for peace as a peace promoter, as a peacekeeper, relief workers, and meditators. Women educations play an important role on peace building, sustaining peace, and conflict prevention. Today, we have been seeing more than 15,000 women in peacekeeping missions around the world as a military, as a police officer, civilian, performing duties, including as a head of missions, force, commanders, advisor, protection officers, and engineers. Women maintain culture and custom and bring them out. She is the one who cares about her husband and his family. In other words, women create everything in our society. A woman mother in her child, the first teachers, and woman in the first doctor to treat her children lovingly. Women participation in peace
Thank you.
process.
Hina, note, please. Hina, note your
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
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 note your
I
time.
can, yeah, I
Thank
can give
you.
her to Cherish. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Today I'm sharing few words on International Day of Women. As we all know, today we are celebrating International Women's Day. This day for celebrate women's achievement and raise awareness about discriminations. Women's Day is a reminder to celebrate this beautiful woman in your life, but it is also a reminder that gender equality still prevails in our society. We make possible each day of Women's Day because the achievement of gender equality is everyone's responsibility. Women are also human, so pull of a sustainable society with gender equality because equal rights are not special rights for women. Women are beauty of nature. Women has a big role for creation of human. When girls are given the right tools to succeed, they can create incredible features for not themselves but also for those around them. I believe and think girls' education most important around the world. Through education, we make women strong because women empowerment means empowerment of humanity. I know women are strong by nature in our society. We know when many women, ideal women like Malala Yousaf, an international symbol who fight for the girls' education. Empowering women isn't just the right thing to do, it's the smart thing to do. We need women at all levels, including the top, to change the dynamic, reshape the conversation to make sure women's girls' voices are heard and healed, not ignored and overlooked. A woman with a voice is by definition a strong woman, but the search to find the voice can be remarkably difficult. Globally, a woman is full circle within her is the power to create nature and transform. Women are the real architects of our society. Today, we need to make our girls around the world more strong and encourage them. The best protection and every girl can have is courage. Each time a woman stands for herself, stands all women. I'm grateful all present women here at GPLT platform and on earth. They all are struggling and inspiring to our youth. They are ideal for us. The fastest way to change society is to mobilize the women of the world. On this International Women's Day, let's remember the importance of gender equality and work towards creating a more inclusive world. Women who fought for their rights and to those who continue to fight, your bravery is an inspiration to all of us. Today we celebrate their reliance, strength, and beauty of women. Why is gender an important part of peace? There is a positive relation between the participation of women's group and peace ideal results. When women are less involved, agreements are reached less often and likelihood of reaching an agreement is often lower. When women's groups are not involved at all, the challenge of women's participation in peace building and reconstruction, while gender roles in times of wars may become less fixed and women can gather influence, this new space often narrows once the war is officially over. Women have yet to learn is nobody gives power, we just take it because woman with a voice is by a strong woman. We will also explore how to protect the rights of women and girls. Focus point in the Women's Day gives focus to issues such as gender equality, reproductive rights, and violences and abuse against women and girls. We have to show our solidarity for International Women's Day and share on social media for those who are not aware about women's rights and women peace. As role model and strong women, today we have to see the largest woman who have talent, a woman that her word doesn't measure herself against another woman, but stands strong and self-confident. Women are beautiful soul because they have the dark secrets too. They are strong. They are the rock. In the end, I saluted all the women around the world, especially successful women and our most honorable CEO of GPLT, women speakers, all women ambassadors of GPLT, and my mother. You all are our proud. Happy Women's Day to all the mothers, sisters, daughter, and friends who make humanity lives better. Thank you.
Hello.
Well done, Cherish. Well done. We're very proud of you. So, to everybody here, Cherish is one of our young ambassadors, and I'm extremely proud of her to have taken up this talk today. Thank you, darling. We love you. Okay, Diana, are you here? Diana?
Anna is here.
Okay, Diana, you're on next.
Thank you. Okay, well, Diana de la Rua Eugenio from Buenos Aires, Argentina. I'm a mediator, a professor at the university, and trainer of mediation and conflict resolution in all kinds of communities. I'm also president of a local NGO, Answer for Peace, and member of several international boards of directors in organizations committed with peace. I've been in the field for over 30 years, and I thank you very much to Global Peace Let's Talk and Nikki Deplina for this invitation. Inspiring, I'd like to say my speech as a general one about inspiration and inclusion. Inspirating inclusion is a challenge for all of us that work for peace. We are very enthusiastic with this topic. Inspiration is a powerful energy for all of us in every time of our lives, in every field we work, that enables to promote significant changes for good. We need people that inspire us. For sure, we are inspiring someone else. And also, we need to find inspiration inside us to follow our dreams and make them real, even the surroundings seem conflicted and problematic. Inclusion is a fundamental axis in the task for peace. It's an attitude, a path towards a more fair and equitable society, where everyone has equal opportunities and can contribute fully to the common well-being. And since it is a path and not a goal that is reached and then nothing else is done, we must always be attentive to nourishing and strengthening it. People that inspire inclusion are the ones that make visible the commitment with peace through their work, their dreams, their commitment with educational, economic, social inclusion. In my case, I've been inspired by many people, many women. And to focus on this International Women's Day, I choose the inspiration that Mother Teresa of Calcutta gave me through her extensive work with marginalized people to give them dignity, even in the worst moments of their lives. Inspiring inclusion is essential to build a more fair and equitable society, as we said. And there are some strategies that can help. It's important to know the individual needs, to understand the needs of each person individually. This includes those who with or without disabilities and those that really have a few possibilities in life. Empathy and understandings are keys to create an inclusive environment. We also need to promote diversity, encourage diversity in all aspects, whether in the workplace, in the classroom, in the community. It's important to value and celebrate the differences in culture, gender, sexual orientation, abilities, etc. We need to create a safe and respectful environment, establish a space, a place where all people can feel safe and respected. This means addressing harassment, discrimination, and any form of exclusion. We need to adapt the curriculums in the educational field, adapt the curriculum to meet the needs of all students, consider different learning styles, and offer inclusive material. We also need to encourage collaboration and teamwork that can be promoting collaboration between people of different backgrounds and abilities. Together, we can work on projects and activities that can strengthen ties and foster inclusion. All of us can make a difference. All of us. For example, do you know Daniel Barenboim, the musician, the director of music, that joins Palestinian and Israeli students, and they have an orchestra. Even though they're all different, they have to play the same music. And that's the kind of thing that I'm focusing on. So we can do small actions. They count and can make a difference in creating a more inclusive way. Take this as an important issue. With our work of peace, for peace, with our commitment with inclusion, we inspire others to follow the network of the culture of peace. Don't let our female gender to be an obstacle to get our goals for peace. Thank you. That's all. Open to discussion, of course.
Can you all hear me? Hello?
Yes, I'm open to discussions.
Yeah, I'm battling with sound. So the next speaker is Nchi. Nchi, are you ready? Nchi? Nchi? Hello, MG.
Yes, I am here.
Oh, wonderful.
I am here, Dr.
Wonderful.
Nikki.
Thank you, Diana.
Yes, I'm
That
here,
is
but
so awesome.
I wish to plead that you take the next presenter. Let me move out from where I am. There's a little bit of noise to a more safe place where it is quiet. Yeah.
Okay. Sam. Okay, while we're waiting for Sam, I seem to have lost him. Franca, how are you? Franca? Franca?
I am fine, thank you.
Wonderful. Okay, can you have your
Yes.
slot? Thank you, Franca.
Thank you. Very, very short, because
Franca needs to unmute her microphone. Can you unmute your microphone?
sorry. Today we talk a lot, perhaps too much, about equal opportunities, but without it being really taken into serious consideration by men. It looks more like a facade effect because it's trendy than a real leap in quality. In an era so troubled by the post-pandemic economical problem and unprecedented economic crisis, the problem of women in the world seems to worsen more and more. Sorry, I have not good light. This is the problem. And the more education of offspring, female work, empowerment, appear increasingly difficult to achieve. What tools can then to put in place to face this emergency? I have a proposal. Sorry, the light is not good this thing. The role of women in the face of climate change. I think women are have the same responsibilities, not all the same, but a lot, because they have consumistic habits. And the role of women in the face of climate change is not negligible, as at least in Western societies, richer and more technological and advanced, they have consolidated consumeristic habits and incorrect behaviors. They ask men a lot of things. They ask this, that. We are culprits. So, faced with the unconditional use of weapons and explosives, which involve a substantial source of pollutions, together with the greenhouse effect, women have also adopted completely incorrect life models. For example, in Europe, American disposable lifestyles are not good, and we are used to use those kind of lifestyles, consumeristic, I mean. The pressure exerted by women, especially by younger ones, who live in a society without values and traditions consolidated over time, at the mercy of a consumeristic and misleading propaganda, have contributed to forms of waste, such as throwing away food using myriads of household appliances, make exorbitant demands on one's classmates, easily using and throwing away everyday objects. And this is no good. And so also propaganda, social media are the bad examples. In conclusion, I don't read all because it's very long. It's my proposal.
I can't hear the speaker that is on right now. The volume is muted. I can't get him.
Volume, there is volume, sorry. The volume is there.
Please go ahead. Dr. Franca, please go ahead.
There is volume. The volume.
We can
please go ahead. Can I go ahead? Okay. Conclusion. I believe that women, as mothers and main protagonists in raising children, should have an important role in making an environmental change by setting their example as a guide in the evolution of our society. Especially today when they hold increasingly demanding and important leadership roles, women should question themselves about their ethical mission in the social sphere and what direction to give to their offspring to ensure that the new generation will be educated in ecological and environmentalistic values. Ultimately, climate change is essentially the fault of industrial civilization, starting from the end of the 19th century with the surge rate in 1990, further scientific advancement, the invention of plastic, the use of nuclear energy in the energy field, unfortunately also war and so on. I believe that a great turning point can be given by a form of awareness on the part of women in start, together with the men, not against men, together with the men, a new awareness of the role that humanity must play within planet Earth to safeguard not only the human race, but also all other life forms that exist in the world, both on land, in the air, and in the ocean. I finished with this to say we have to change the system, not to do the same, because I think each of us can do the same. Each of us can change in the small communities, and it's very important. This is my message. Change by the individuals, not only by the top. We are waiting always an intervention of God or of leaders, but we should do something by ourselves. Otherwise, no solution. Waiting and waiting. World is finished. This is my message. I prepare pasta fresca, concrete example, because my mother has taught to me. My mother was a teacher, but she taught in the beginning also in countries. So she learned by farmer, the women there. This is my message to all women. Begin from the simplest thing, not the biggest one, the technology things, but by nature. We learn. Okay, sorry for
your time is up, Dr. Franca. Yes, over to you, Dr. Nikki.
Tracy, also.
Okay,
If Dr. Nikki is not there, let's connect with the next speaker. Yes, are you available? Are you ready now? Rosa?
Hello?
Are you talking?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you.
Okay. Please go ahead. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Kinola. Part of this celebration day. My name is Rosalind Oba, and I'm a Cameroonian based in the United Kingdom, currently in Makerere University in Uganda as a Rotary Peace Fellow. And I'm a journalist for 17 years now and a corporate crisis management expert as well as a public relations specialist. I will just go straight to the point to say that what we said and women are changed by wishing a happy Women's Day to all of us.
I still want to support it. Say I like him. Okay.
Rosalind, please go ahead. If your network is not fine, maybe you turn on your camera so that your bandwidth would be able to lift the audio.
And to reflect on
Have we lost Rosalind?
Rosalind, I said maybe you turn off your camera so that the bandwidth will be able to lift your audio.
Greetings, Joseph.
A pleasure. Welcome.
Yes, I'm wondering, while Rosalind is struggling to get back, I don't know if I can do my presentation while we struggle to get her back.
Okay. Please go ahead. Your time starts now. You have 15 minutes for your presentation. Thank you.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I am Sam Tako and a PhD fellow based in Cameroon and director of FOMCAN Community and Mental Health Organization. So I shall be presenting this evening here in Cameroon on the title, How to Treat Women with Respect and Appreciation. Permit me to turn off the camera, just so that in case we have network issues here. So to treat women with respect and appreciation on such a day, the Women's Day. This is what I have to say in few words. Women are persons with dignity. Women are persons with integrity. Women play a great role in the lives of men, women, children, and the society as a whole. And women are the breadwinners of the home. Majority of the homes and in our communities, and to be more specific, from where I am coming in Cameroon, women play a great role in the responsibilities of the home, in taking care of children, sponsoring them in schools and vocational institutions, and equally feeding the home. And a majority of the women build houses with their own resources they have worked and move their husbands in. So this gives a big picture. And if women are able to do this, how then should men treat women nowadays? The first thing I have to say here is for women to be honored with respect, men have to give them the due respect that they need. You know, respect is one of the most important factors in any relationship, especially in the eyes of the beholder, who is the woman, and the husband being the caretaker. So it is so important that in the respecting women, men should not neglect um, respecting them by acknowledging how special they are to them, uh, acknowledge how excellent and self-worth, that is, they should acknowledge the excellence of their wife, as where they are excelling well. They should acknowledge um, the areas in which they are actually doing very well in their lives. Maybe their career, maybe it's uh, their home assignments, and many others. So when they do that, men should actually acknowledge through respect the things which they are doing. This encourages them and help them to work even harder. And with respect, men should be able to help these women whenever and wherever they can, especially when when they notice that uh, they are in position of need. Sometimes, when they are sick, men need to honor them by giving them respect and care that they need. The next thing I want us to talk about this day of how men can honor women and how men can treat women with respect and appreciation is men need to be gentle with their wives. By being gentle, men should not use harsh words on their wives. A man should not treat the woman he is with as though the woman is of no worth. They should treat them with gentleness and respect. But also, men should not only end at being gentle, but they should be tender in their handling of their wives. Harshness can be anything from being angry, looking irritable, or being disrespectful, or being demeaning, or expressing demeaning languages to women. Men should be gentle enough not to use irritable words, disrespectful words, demeaning words on women, because they play a great role, even the joy that they experience in their life. So, in short, being harsh is anything that reflects hostility. And so, to treat women with gentleness, men should not be hostile. In bad days that the women experience, in days, men should show true care and be gentle in the way they speak and act towards them. If they focus on the fact that the woman is precious and is a precious gift to them, they will do everything to treat her as precious as they call their wives. The preciousness and gentleness should not only come when they need maybe some favors like sex and other things, and after that the men become animals. No, they should be gentle to their wives. Again, how can men treat their wives with respect and honor? Men need to praise them, and a man should acknowledge the woman he is with for all that she is. They shouldn't take her for granted in any way. Uh, Men should praise them when they are doing well, encourage them in their growing areas. Men should compliment them not only for the things that she does well, but compliment them in the things which they are weak. In that way, they build a stronger woman that they desire for a wife, for the mother of their children, or for any other eventualities that they need. So they should equally treat their wives by providing their basic needs. When a woman does not feel appreciated, it opens the door for trouble within the relationship. And the worst thing a man should ever think about doing is allowing an open door for trouble that a woman will give to him. So they should treat them by praising them. And this will make them happy. And when the woman is happy, she multiplies the joy and every good thing that she does to the man. So sometimes all the woman needs is to hear thank you. All she needs is to know that you appreciate and treasure her. All she needs is that you should make her know that you love her. When you do this, you are showing great care to the woman that you have been given or God has given to you. So a man should treat the woman with honor. And by honor, what do I mean? Even from the Bible in Hebrews 13 verse 4, God wants you to honor your relationship by being committed to the woman that you get married to. And honor the woman you are physically attracted to. Honor the woman mentally. Honor her emotionally by remaining true to her. The worst thing for you to do to a woman is pretend as though you honor her, but yet you are playing around with other women. When you do this, that is not giving honor to your woman. So on this day of the 8th of March 2024, I call on all the men, including those that are participating in this webinar, that you should give honor to your wives. When you honor her, you open the space of experience of love many others will never experience. If you can hear me well. If you honor the woman, you open the space to experience a love many others will never experience. And the
Wonderful,
question is,
Sam.
how
Thank
can
you.
we honor?
Thank you.
Okay.
Sam, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, you can round off. You've got 2 minutes. Round off.
Okay. The last thing I would tell men to do is care for the women in every aspect of care. We should give them care. Women should not suffer neglect from men. They shouldn't suffer loneliness when their husbands are existing. And we should keep in mind that women battle with hormonal changes all through. So this makes them mentally and sometimes vulnerable. So for us to honor them and respect them, we should not neglect them at any part or time in life. So give them attention, show them understanding, love them, care for them, and that's all that the woman needs to show the best that she needs. And lastly, honor them God's way. How do you honor them God's way? Complete them when they are weak. They're called the weaker sex. So we shouldn't use that as an advantage to play negative on them. So we should honor them with all ramifications. Thank you very much, Dr. Nikki.
Wonderful.
That is what I prepared to give
To
this
Sam,
day.
everybody. We like to have a man's perspective. Well done, Sam. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Rosalind, are you ready?
Thank you so much.
Rosalind?
Yeah, I think I'm ready
Okay,
now.
the floor is yours, my dear. Then we can round off.
Today I'm going to talk about women as agents of change, driving progress amid global crisis. And I'm going to look at the aspects where women can play a pivotal role in addressing global crises such as poverty, conflict, change, and how in women empowerment can drive positive societal transformation. And one of the issues is that women have long been informed of
Well, we can't hear you, Rosalind.
Okay, I think we have a sound problem.
Okay, I
with
think I have.
Rosalind.
I think I have a.
Rosalind?
Let's talk
Okay.
about the
I
community
think
through entrepreneurship.
Rosalind, have you got a signal problem? Okay. Okay, we're gonna give you just see if we can get you connected back. But in the meantime, Reverend Yule's got a little song that he'd like to play, so we've given him the space. But I want to say thank you to all of you. You really are amazing women. You need to celebrate your own self. You need to pat yourself on the back and say, I am truly amazing, because you are. And we really love you, and we appreciate the time that you've given to join. I know it's very, very late in India. So the fact that you still stay this time, and to each of you, I have sent your certificates, but you need to know that those certificates are given with lots of love and blessings. So thank you so much. Okay, Rose, you back? You want to give it a try, Rose?
Yeah, I want to give it a try.
Okay.
I think this option
All
is
right,
better.
Nadia.
Okay, thank you. And so I was saying that I'm talking about women as agents of change in their various communities when it comes to global crisis. And one of the things I already mentioned is their ability to be at the forefront of sociopolitical change, from fighting for their right to vote to contemporary activists advocating for gender equality and human rights. Of course, we cannot lose sight of the unique qualities and perspectives that women bring to leadership roles, including empathy, collaboration, and resilience, making them invaluable agents of change in addressing complex challenges. Now, we can also not underestimate women's role in alleviating poverty. And this has been actually in the aspect of possessing qualities that come up to help them to be aids in alleviating poverty, and by investing in their access to education, financial resources, we can catalyze sustainable development and poverty reduction efforts. Now, we cannot also underestimate women's roles as peacemakers, because they are always working tirelessly to bridge divides and foster reconciliation in communities. And if we amplify women's voices in peace processes and equally invest in their participation, we can build more inclusive, sustainable peace agreements that address the root causes of conflicts, which often is the problem. Someone has already talked about climate change, but now let us look at some of the barriers that women are facing. Despite their critical contributions, women continue to face systemic barriers and discrimination in accessing leadership opportunities and resources. It is imperative that we address these challenges head-on by dismantling gender stereotypes, promoting inclusive policies, and also creating pathways for women's empowerment. Now, if we do this through education, it can give us a headway forward. We can empower them to become effective agents of change by providing women with access to quality education and skills training. We can unlock their full potentials and equip them with the tools they need to succeed. And one of the things I must stress here is that they are also meaningful participants in decision-making processes, which is essential that policies and programs are responsive to the needs and priorities of all members of society, including women. And so by advocating for gender-balanced representation in government, corporate boardrooms, and civil society organizations, we can foster more inclusive and equitable societies. Women's health and well-being can never be undermined, because they are fundamental to their ability to drive progress
and contribute to meaningful society. And so we can invest in women's reproductive health, maternal care, and mental health care services, can make sure that women have the support they need in order to thrive. Now, it is essential to recognize the diverse experiences and identities of women and the intersecting forms of discrimination they face. By adopting an intersectional approach to gender equality and women's empowerment, we can address the unique challenges and barriers by marginalized women and girls. I am getting closer to the end and not losing sight of the fact that we need to invest in women's empowerment requiring a concerted effort, which should come from governments, international organizations, and the private sector. By mobilizing resources and support for women-led initiatives, programs, and organizations, we can accelerate progress towards gender equality and empowerment. Now, mentorship is what we all need. Networking is what we all need, just like we are doing here. And peer support are critical for nurturing women's leadership and career advancement. By fostering mentorship and networking opportunities for women, we can create supportive environments where they can learn, grow, and thrive. It is also essential to celebrate the achievements of women and equally to make sure that we recognize their success stories and use them as role models to inspire future generation of women leaders. Not losing sight of what I am happy what Chair Samuel said, men and boys have a critical role to play as allies in the fight for gender equality and women's empowerment. Let's never leave them out. By promoting positive masculinity, challenging harmful gender norms, and foster allyship, we can create a more inclusive and equitable society for all. And so in conclusion, I must say that women are powerful agents of change who possess the vision, determination, and resilience to drive progress amidst global crises. By investing in their empowerment, we can unlock their full potentials and create a more just, equitable, and sustainable world for future generations. So I want to thank you for your attention and engagement in this presentation, and let us continue to work together to invest in women, accelerate progress, and I don't know if we still have Dr. Nikki in the house or Joseph.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. Once again, we, on behalf of the leadership of Global Peace Let's Talk, we appreciate every speaker that has shown up on this call today. Thank you so much once again. I will say this with regards to all that women do across the globe in their various society and their community and narrowing it down to their homes. I pray that posterity will not forget their role so soon. Thank you so much once again. Before we close, maybe in maybe say 30 seconds, 1 minute, we have some guests aside the speakers who are on this call who would have one thing or the other, just a statement or sentence to say before we round up. Please, over to you, please. I think we have Reverend there. Reverend? Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you, sir. 1 minute, sir.
I don't know if I am the Reverend, but I am one.
Yes.
Yeah,
you are the Reverend.
I just admire all what has been said, and I think we are on a positive lane. And I bless my sister Rose for all that she's been doing on this program, and my very good brother and friend, Mr. Nche Sam, back here in Cameroon, who is also a bulldozer for mental health. I think with all this, we are heading somewhere, and I can only say the future is bright. And I hail you all for the wonderful work you're doing. May God bless us. May God expand the coast so that many more souls will be touched and a lot be accomplished through you and this wonderful initiative. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Reverend. Thank you.
All right, thank you. On this note, we would like to take much of our time. On this note, we shall end this webinar. Thank you once again for showing up, and thank you so much.
Happy International Women's Day to all.
Yeah.
Yes, Mickey, Joseph, I want to speak. Joseph?
Okay.
Nikki?
Okay. Okay.
Well, happy Women's Day to all of you and to all women of the world. And if Nikki is listening to me, I sent a small video of Women's Day. Can you play that, Nikki?
I think she is not on the call.
So now I will play on my phone, and it's honor to that all woman. Just wait.
Okay.
Very well. Let me check. Nikki, I sent to her. She was saying that at the end she will play, but okay.
If I can receive it.
So Joseph program went very well, and thank you. And all speaker speaks very well, and I have a lot of energy to speak. Yesterday we hold a program. Dr. Nikki was here, and also.
Einstein, I am a mother, a daughter, a sister, and a wife. You find me at home. You find me in train. You find me everywhere. Omnipresent. Sorry, I'm not a god. I'm just like you. You think my tits entices you? You think my eyes invite you? Give me some respect. I'm not a toy in your hands to enjoy. You make me meek, but I'm not weak. Look at my eyes. You will see a fire, full of early desire. Night can't hold me. You can't touch me the way I dress up. I want to be me. I want to be happy. It's my life. I'm also a human. We are all same, part of the same game. I'm a woman. Yes, 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 I am a woman. Yes, I am a woman.
Okay.
Thank you so much, everybody. You were all amazing, and we really love you. Thank you so much for the time that you dedicated today. And we were going to share the recording out to everybody. Yeah, thank you. God bless you. Have an awesome weekend. Joseph, I'd like all of you to clap for Joseph. I think he did a wonderful session today. Yes, he's growing. He really is. Joseph, thank you so much. To everybody, thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Dr. Nikki.
Thank you.
Happy Women's Day, everyone. Thank you.
Dr.
Thank you, Nikki.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Joseph.
Hi.
Happy Women's
Have a
Day.
nice
Bless
evening.
you.
Happy Women's Day, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Ciao. Thank you
Bye.
for all. Ciao.
Ciao.
Nikki, excuse me, do you want to attend the next Zoom meeting by Yolanda from Spain? Can you?